from Kencity Nangaza to the Wangazano, as all check it where modern bo. Opesa udidi near to pronounce a sense so see who are dining tables who are Ukotnahua, no trafusua men powder. Sans a droy, a man come market for to turn your money in our bar, almost for kanshi, no matter fusua men powder bar. And two did what dining table no so I'll call them so no what did na be so I kama at the amount. As that can say, so come heart builders real estate, the day are the future planners. It is a open as I say, and they do Jumabia more pram, side hills. Ukwa on Sabekans, I say, no more for my half protocol. And it is all you'll be a who sees now pass as a top as landlord and as a landlady for niche heart builders real estate. Now, Onomu education come. Sadu Makwe and my soy as ne, ya this in the pain. Ebro ewo ne 2 TV ene Ash FM no Man FM ne na radio and na social media platforms ni nyina me gina me na de ma menua Mr. Nkum me de Albert Asmani me twa me ho taw me ba se me di kankan no ye betu fa akoka university ne akwa kodi enkomo e de free ho me nko ba bia ye twa ho abasese ya.
Every individual's dream and vision. You want to be different from any entrepreneur or businessman. You have to be honest. Integrity is key to success. Anybody can have a dream, but a dream without action is not a dream. Your dreams should be backed by actions.
So abani we ya ye bobo se wawe obi gina TV3 so o ka kire nipa na wo se wo na TV company mfo no ko dwama ha ma ko ka kire se abani de kom ne abufuo na to ye
Sinipay
na asa akọ na na do so ka kire se te e kom ne abufuo so no so ba no anya de kom ne abufuo be sa to ti
Sinipay.
I'm not worried. Once is the truth. Me na nwena mo di obia should be rest assured. Mona said make an Agyapong. The truth will always set me free.
Sinipay.
We can vote people in and out. Personality is okay. But my dear, what we need to do in this country is to establish a situation where even if it was the devil who should come and sit on top of us in Ghana, by virtue of certain procedures, certain practices, the devil cannot get away with doing whatever he wants. He would necessarily have to do what the people expect of him.
Sinipay.
So what they are doing, some of us will not keep quiet. Some of us will not allow you to destroy this party.
Sinipay.
Betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. Yeah. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana.
Sinipay.
Whether you like it or not, Ghana, for the youth of this country, I'll put my life on the line. Anything that is wrong in society, I will say it.
Sinipay.
I noticed that when the finance minister came to present his statement, for the first time after the inauguration, the swearing in, the majority side was heavily populated. Mr. Speaker, that notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker, we have witnessed what we can best describe as an Azan budget.
Sinipay.
Snap party mua opese wo no obe use position e de be sabotage obi. It will happen. So long as Nyankopon ma ya hoden na e betimi akasa na e wasa platform we no. This we will say it every day to make sure say selfish individuals the minia omo person omo ye niema to please their own self.
Sinipay
mo bia nada no se eja illegal mining no.
Sinipay
Maka and mesa reinforce. Se me reinforce say NDC for ano mo ye illegal mining at this time.
Sinipay Sinipay Sinipay
Yes, I'm Wakwaba at the Sinipay, so I want Netu TV, Oman FM, Ash FM, and NAP Radio. Yes, I'm so live across our social media platforms at Netu TVGH, at Netu TVGH. Wait to me, Ashes at Jumat Yenina. Somebody can no, you zoom straight to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, Kumase. Nene Dr. Amache Boating, or a senior lecturer at KNUST, Niano Enkodi and Komo, or a political science lecturer, and so Nafi Yene, Dr. Eninkomo. Doc, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Apom to saying,
Radio Christ, Mami.
Yeda Yesu ase. Na Doc, where the Muna Mone Opimso eti Kumase, na ne what to saying?
Radio Dumo, Kumasi Boko, so here.
Yeda Nyamiase. Opimso ehun ye na mene ne dish ye bedi nkomo edi na je se ekwan dem. Enye sa.
Ekwan dem tefe.
Doc, ye pese we ye ba ona so a ye di nkomo kakra e de fa the new patriotic party ho. From the year 2024 New Patriotic Party ekwa abato a anko yi amom no niema bebre ana omde atoto akwan mu de edi kan omote Professor Marco Quest committee so omon kwahwe hwehwemu mra de yate ne say report na ba na report na me say mo say ba akopɛ abedi general secretary hwa party no edi di djuma na niema bebre na omde ato akwan mu Bese na watchi bakuni na eche se the New Patriotic Party aba abonti abelanche the Patriotic Institute na ehono na President John Agyapong Kufuor editu dwa se em se party decision ya o take se 31st January o koto aba na yeti from top to down to top no ye sheda enhu nani so ye Ghana bakosemu any political party reorganization doc and classroom ne yaba one kasa take you time never you go through sa niema we nyina mu ne hwe de esese esi eno na esi na nya no aso ase na esese eko doc awie wadaroma asema da prono so no
ndo ase akonya ya odi amami na michia watifo ane wahwefo na mekwane se the New Patriotic Party the traditions no ache o man Ghana amano semuyi ntinka ya hwehwe se mra no omuda nimdie sonkon adi ewo omo aniye mu party no am omunya kwan so kwa aban mu a na ye hwehwe bibi saa enokra ne se na nsan no nya saa na asi ohaw no ehwase ache emra amampani na danko akufo-addo obeye flag bearer no na ohaw no hwase oyi party no constitution no sinchen na o hwase edi tumi power eye do peso ye bia yedi kan ni se anamo a tuya ema reupload fuku wo mutumi yi no free akonya so any party no mra no ebobra no kra ni se dodo no amu no ka bia mambo mu no se yeheda to aba yi obi a na nhihye ya onpa kro no anamu tu ansani a nhihye ya edi yi no free akonya so no na nyamre
yeah
ntimi enkoba se nipa kakra bi ene kohia Edisa no eba. Said you see or Polafoku asemuno.
Okay.
To Polafoku, to Rasami crowd, to Kabna Agyapong.
Yeah.
Party no mpani for me and son. Nti arbitrary decision bia. And now the dear Juma. Kono fo nyina afua so. Na beka ho opawo Dr. Baumia. Yɛmfa ne sɛ Dr. Baumia adi nimdeɛ sonko ɛna baeɛ sɛdeɛ Nanado kaeɛ no ara no asɛm wɔ free party no mu na apie. Ɛnyinaso a ɔde ma mpanimfoɔ no ma wɔn mo agye ne tum mu sɛ ɔmmɛyɛ ɔmampani anaasɛ flag bearer no akyidifoɔ anaasɛ obi a ɔsɔ n'asene ɔmo gye ne tum mu no ɛne nimdeɛ sonko a ɔwɔ ɔman asikasɛm nsɛm ho. Omoje no tumu no asia ni se na despite say oba amanyoko no mu foforo no Agyapong be number 2.
Yeah.
Agyapong be number 2. Onya kwanya se sa nimbi o de be ye adwuma mfie nwotwe atwam ko no ampie da obi aka se na nye ono na tumi no ekura no enu nti no wantimi anya hwe a onpakro no oni ye ni yiye obi a hye da kofa no ba ese o meboa o man sikasem ho de wanya kwanya ewo aban ahweye the office of the vice president, the head of the economic management team afede biom na ohwe how be no eba na kwan how be ni si ni kwan I want to anya adwuma one hwan ene ka sa nsem sa ohaw no
yeah
oba abamu no enema eye ebe kan se beneficial enema ba na kwan mu a eye enema eye dwapade eno so eyade onya bi ana emfe na owo abamu no. So what really happened at that time? And after 4 years 2020 elections December this year, 8 years, 2024 elections, December this year. Nti sa ohaw no e bai. Ye to aba ni wie ya pe. Na omo san e to a ohaw no. Na nwanwa because amre no na not dan akufo-addo ni ekuo no mu biem. Ekuo no mpanimfo ene hemfo. Sign na ekuo no constitution eka. Efa omo ye ekuo no mu mpanimfo.
Yeah.
Mpanimfo ntiase a mede ye adwuma e wo mpanimfo ne ho ene se omo ye ensusue e wo ekuo no mu na omo de ye adwuma. Omo take decisions. Nti no ensusue e bae ha ekoba se omo ye thank you to no. Efiri hifo ntiase ben na omo de ye sa thank you to no. Omo tu trasem say thank you to no. Dr. Baumia na ebedi animo adentra sa Professor Makokwe ne report ya o kan ho asem emre bia Dr. Baumia di nkomo a o kasa fa ekwan a ikonu di nkugu ho no o make references to that document o kan ama yanya no ntiase se wo hu wakan nti o yi krata no mu nsem ni bi ebi a ono abegina abonten aka eni se nkugo no enye the person of Dr. Baumia nti no di nkugo
Yeah.
enye the fact that Dr. Baumia ye kramuni nti no di nkugo enye the fact that Dr. Baumia enso a minority this thing nti no di nkugo otwe sansem yi e free Professor Michael Kwes report Ada na sa report no aka nipa kakra bi nso amanyoku a wodi nkugo sonko say it is something sits in the parliament at a time aban no wakomyamu sikatwitwiri die a ba aban ni nsam all time high. And so what happened? And man sikasem nyina basa said a basaya na ikono also sign a sheno who or no sheno who run no busan someone a hard questions no utimi yano. And don't you know, you realize that this thank you tour nina no for the old no so because me I always said that Dr. Bamia was an imposition. And when I did kind of about one share course or Babe the flag bearer nina because it was an imposition because in Shishaya only two are bending now just a facade. A young Shishaya dear Nipa ko sign something at Waba. But Omu said you are mope. And at the end of the day, and could go no buy, you expected that party no best sign as no who be to restructure, to reform. The first point of such reform, a party no constitution.
Okay.
Or how ben the womb as I say, a day and a man Nipa ya Twaba you popularly elected people, officers of the party. A Kwambeso, and I was saying, Timima Quine, MOB, Ebe. There was this phenomenon about at that time. And I say, oh, Timmy, anyway, and Yajuma. And I say, oh, Timmy, anyway, and Yajuma. So that was discrimination. A policy of discrimination of party no more.
Yeah.
Summary, the thank you to Ebededi. Every single word that came from Dr. Belmia was a word or the year campaign afa. At the time the party was supposed to be going round the rank and file to engage them. And if not to say, I'm sorry, was there the need for, anybody to be commended? No. So like President Kufuor is saying, Emra, now I say a coca say a pamwacho. You go economy was amamo boni and ye di ayejuma. That was the time Dr. Bamia was campaigning for himself. He campaigned. He took every opportunity to provide justifications that Mobetimi assign Amadi economy beam and Kugo ne Bayan in 3 or no. He was campaigning while there was a party restructuring, a ma kwama obia or person or no so. A no who pie say monhwame mama ni economy na me metimi aba okwan so ye ma obia o pese otusa na mo no ye ba na kwanya na ode no ho shembi no. They were preparing just one person to present himself to the electorates, the party faithful. And the hope actually say na nya dia wo mo party no fufuro. They were not interested. And you could see the same efforts at imposition of someone on the party. So generally, you want to say that party NCSC going forward, you want to see a critical review of the party's constitution, where at the end of the day, a public exercise. A political party is a public organization. Issues like the Michael Quay's report, yes, exclusively you can keep it in the party. But maybe GD said, given what political parties stand for, various interests, and you can say, they should define the term elite. No more all those people are into the bracket of their own definition of elite. No, or access to the document because I was so party they must know. The party must know. If they can send it to the rank and file, to the mass public, access to that document. We can say a character document back. Yeah. The character say they can generate electronic copy and sign it print it. These days of computer literacy, electronic copies can be sent all over the place.
Yeah.
Easily to all the the mere fact that they are doing this, keeping the report to their chest, very close to their chest, is also another challenge. another problem. Why? There can be no justification for that. And the better side media, Kugo Nachino, me hui, and a mobia or more, I just say, or more, it's easy party moving forward.
Doc, say Osha, talking about the report, almost a part in a strategy, into a person, a beba na man for who na a poor my boss so many babedin konim 2028 in one shana according crofobin. But the question is say part no ye kwachichire no nipa bi na ebo mu chichire na omo planning for the 2024 election 276 constituencies nyina MPP fielding nipa emo koye parliamentary candidates ye won panimfo a party ni mu a ye kase memamro no ma sorry no mo ko doc eyade bia party no nje san krofo wenni entumi share report no emma across Ghana no constituency bia ntimi enya ne chefa emo mu hu ne enti ama MPP edi ebasa ebese bibi o party no mana
aso mo kan say the party no ankasa enye discipline to its own rules and regulations.
Okay.
To the principles are a work party. Over the period the party no they have not been able to be disciplined around some issues, you know.
Yeah.
Say Tibia no say mama no call a form cry. There was levels be the party no mumpedi for no can be.
Yeah.
And Ukraine said, so we are general secretary. Now you say war access to Sakratana. Constituency leaders. Ewo akwanya chen. So mo the entire party need could go. You're general secretary. You don't organize anything. You sit at the top. You don't organize any person, nothing.
Yeah.
A human one kasano constituency no me no. Omo na say omo you be potting I see.
Yes.
Until my definition of elites in the party, a bit capture constituency executives.
Okay.
Almost the functional organ, a war party. Almost a year juma engage individual members. War party no more or more twaba. A so party national, a support party. They must get a document. All constituency executives, past and present, almost every right to know what went wrong. Omo agency and twabama womo at parliamentary levels. Omo asum party no at district assembly levels, regional ministers, metropolitan officers, metro officers. Omo nyina ewa kwanya so muhu dientia party no asem buy no buy. Look at Nsembia is a free system na omo ekam. You see yokoko twaba ni yi nipa. Nipa ben qualify to become the general secretary of the party. Nipa ben qualify to become the chairman of the party. Nipa ben qualify to become the national leaders of the party. Omechoma free the rank and file for now.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that at this time, you find some match. Maybe give us a media. Main council mean to be who also potentially qualifies say obetina office kroya memetino oh the mawa me missing in uni it's my own fears and I'm there juma and your fears and my own dubious position concerning what I want to do because of which I just don't want people to have access to the document. I'm not behaving in the best interest of the party and my own selfish interest. My own dubious intentions. It is a capture of the party. And that is one of the things it has exposed them that there are efforts to capture the party and to manipulate things. So they bear their own person be our personal interest and not the interest of the party. They want those people eventually to become the leader. That is what I see as happening in the party.
Doc, Yenshre talking about capture and this animal winner. Yenshre that January 31st date I say the koi flag bearer Ediama the new patriotic party. Say ye share sa and she a party no National Council ekwaji 2 muya. Won so bi e de wo party ni structure so. Now going forward na e de na betumi aye e de ha party no.
Adeba kwa abatu bia efa ho a hia a obi a wugina ana opese wugina na etu abama wo no e wo se wuhu abatu no ho nhihye sie January 31st abatu a yaka ho asem nhihye ben na omode eba beye amsa abatu no ho nhihye sena nhihye no etie nhihye no sena echire efa obi a obetimi ato abani bi obi a obetimi agina na me ato abama sena etie enipa dodo ahe na ekwa akoto wenu nyina ye emra abato ho nhihye a o se pi epia party no mpanimfo no ekonu ma no eso mo gitum anaso wo mo nyintu enti se yenhu sa nema na sa date hu nsem ya omo kan no kra ne se hu hia o si hu abatro no ho nhihye say the city the electoral rules, the rules of the game, a hope and a dream, a besia, a fiba, a hope. Indeed, asama ni buchani say, and she say, a bit faster about one. A saying, a way, a idea I did that dinner and a quack, a idea didn't such a be urban. Given that, and she say, no, a can home be, and she said that down there, a can home be, and a party no, the Abamui Abba. And she said, no, Maquine, and men nipa, a fata, a nipa, a comano, a penuan, cassa, and pie. So she said, no, what I done. They're terribly flawed. And Maquine, and my people buy the offices in the MPP. In Ashanti region, in the Pabitria, Skakesier up to about 10,000 Ghana cities, 100 million old cities. And my delegate back with to the extent that it was possible to pay something like that, the electoral rules were, bogus. It was bogus, it was fraudulent, and yet BBOC to the extent that it was possible for people to purchase positions. Electoral rules, how can we have a situation like this in a party called MPP? A party a can say a party. We can't justify Sanchez no. Ne Santino and Shaya Bay. And a nay, the Dequaco about January 31st. A mono Sanchez say mono. I didn't think a chinchina. I was a chassis to abandon free throw because, and you say, be a debate to a baby. I never could decay as you, a more qualified to vote, or my better abandon. You won't or more better abandon. I am a chinchina, or say a chassis, a 2-3, a throw. And you know, so bang, and assassin, a war, and you know, so bang. A debenti and a chinchina. I say a chassis, a tuabano, a free, a straw. So, Casse, a nay, Basabasayo, a si party no more a free say. A prayer, a fat, the obedi party nanimono, a chassis, party no, and she say no, emre and swear. You will be so say, now who cosa? More ye, and to see ye, Monamokoye, Cananan to see ye. Dr. Baumia appear under the guise of a thank you talk. Oh, a catastrophe project, and she said, you were biased and prepared the grounds for him to market himself at a time. Others in Yano, Ubiakra Maso, say a bear can see Bia. No Munina Jamaica, Asora Bejamubia, then you want to run away and use that as a justification to say that Sadina Ekosuliti, Yenya a top-down. Seriously speaking, in political science, what we say in cases like this are eco-emfa, eco-numra, constitution, nyajuma, na nipa bi a hijacking eco. We say that the party, the organization, if it is a state, the state is going through deterioration and decay. It is going through deterioration and decay. The moment unconstitutional behavior practice ever take center stage, and econo or how economo and jinsem ijinosa proye and casa de room no or mama econo baby akoda no na akoda. It is unacceptable, and a common work form should not accept that, given the fact that one and a cry econo. It is their votes and a jikono echo abemu.
Yeah.
They are the true owners of the party. And that's what I'm opening.
Doc, I'm saying common no de. But in you said that name brain in the next 3 minutes, we so wrap it up, mommy. Now we touch it on. Said our kind now we are best sent town on from Hono. Last week at the launch of Patriotic Institute, President Kufuor was emphatic. He mentioned it in fact 3 times. He said grassroots, grassroots, grassroots. President Kufuor said more kind. What do you in the next 2 minutes here wrap it up. Send it here.
Well, President Kufuor also nanya ni video ni bi ahwe atie nsem o kan.
Yeah.
Say kono jinsem. Say enema atochiw. Na samre enyade a omrekura kono ani aba wo mo ho so etu anamo a ebeboa di kono asi hoyie. Nti say na o emphasize grassroots no. E wo say ye hyasie ehihye econo free grassroots ho. Dr. Arthur Kennedy enso edentiase bi atu akwan mu ogiri se nipa dodo bi o kan 20%.
Yeah.
Okoma to abama President Mahama no oso wa mu MPP for o ye kachi ni hwehwe mu a wa hu no onto ogiri se safo no esese econo din hyehyeye ene ntiase sonku bi etimi nya safo no back. Say no sika no na menene adwen enya dia party no wo ho kwan din tasafo de sete bia no ombeto aba no aman.
Yeah.
And only the issue what my argument as in a democracy obia or minority no oni ohene in the absence of what we call an extenuating circumstances. The minorities don't become the lord. They don't become the heads. They don't lead. In Ghana's politics, Dr. The first time we had, yes, Dr. Liman, of a minority, they said, obey president, who share the circumstances who are some making.
Yeah.
The extenuation condition, the circumstances were there. 2. Anytime on 2 occasions, President John Dramani Mahama, I think in India, special circumstances, something special. In the absence of that extenuating circumstances, it will never happen.
Yeah.
And I maintain that Ghana is the reset agenda of the NDC is bringing things to normality. Because of that, you can't get a minority to win elections, presidential elections in Ghana.
Yeah.
People have issues, but it is their own business. This is what I'm saying as a student of political science. MPP, obetimi ejina on chassis free asiho.
Doc, not just said there, Yaka, no, me picky film when they say MPP at this point, is at the point of deterioration and decay. And the afutu obey na ode momo na afi yamfa and common embrace.
Afutu ni na ani se omushishe no omo moninko ikuma no omo anya bibia mfim omo ba ban mu no enti na omo rekotu ye no Antoine Otaboniano, Lutina, a biso anquancoto. And come up on between no modi, ama Safui, and in Chatias from Kumbi. Me did say, and come out on between no margino. It been said, Omuni Bema and Nipa, one more resonating with the grassroots.
Yeah.
And Nipa party no Omunimo, just halfway, one more dream a coma home, one more from home, one more dream, one more. So, Nipa coma no betimania, and that's what say, some match edgy a corner anymore. Oh, not say, you call a bema, you re empty. And re assume, sir, and Chassis baby.
Dog, Net2 TV, Oman FM, Ash FM, and an app radio. And we are so grateful to you. Say, Ojebre, na Odie, I go through Kakra. They say, you know, I bet than students of political science. It's your brain, and a bebo abuano, na bibitre adrian, yaba ababejin chirimo. Yes, that's a pa. Dr. Kwesi Amache Boating, or a senior lecturer. Department of Political Science, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumase, and Yanikudi and Komo. Ye try who tell ye bar ye de and Komona Canina so. The pain tax that they said on the 2 TV, Oman FM, Ash FM, Nap Radio, Menkobedia, Ebesamba.
So abani we ya ye popo se warin obi so abani we ya ye popo se warin obi gina TV3 so o ka kire nipa na wo se una TV company mfo no ko dwan mahama o ka kire se abani de kom ne abufuo na to ye
Sinipain
na asa akọ na do so ka kire se te e kom ne abufuo so no so ba no anya de kom ne abufuo be sa to ti ano
Sinipain
I'm not worried. Once is the truth. Me na nwena mo di obia should be rest assured. Mona said make an Agyapong. The truth will always set me free.
Sinipain
We can vote people in and out. Personality is okay. But my dear, what we need to do in this country is to establish a situation where even if it was the devil who should come and sit on top of us in Ghana, by virtue of certain procedures, certain practices, the devil cannot get away with doing whatever he wants. He would necessarily have to do what the people expect of him.
Sinipain
So what they are doing, some of us will not keep quiet. Some of us will not allow you to destroy this party.
Sinipain
Betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana.
Sinipain
Messi, you bet you Ghana. Whether you like it or not, Ghana, for the youth of this country, I'll put my life on the line. Anything that is wrong in society, I will say it.
Sinipain
I noticed that when the finance minister came to present his statement, for the first time after the inauguration, the swearing in, the majority side was heavily populated. Mr. Speaker, that notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker, we have witnessed what we can best describe as an Azan budget.
Sinipain
But snap party mua opese wo no ube use position e de be sabotage obi. It will happen. So long as Nyankopon ma ya hoden na e betimi akasa na e wasa platform we no. This we will say it every day to make sure say selfish individuals the minia omo pese omo ye niema to please their own self.
Sinipain
Mo bia nada no se eja illegal mining.
Sinipain
Maka and mesa reinforce. Say me reinforce say NDC for anomo ye illegal mining at this time.
Sinipain 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 Sinipay.
Success is determined by every individual's dream and vision. You want to be different from any entrepreneur or businessman. You have to be honest. Integrity is key to success.
Abani we ya ye bobo se wawen obi gina TV3 so o ka kire nipa na wo se wo na TV company mfo no ko dwan mahama o ka kire nsa abani de kom ne abufuo na to ye
Sinipay.
na asa akọ na na do so ka kire nsa te e kom ne abufuo so no so ba no anya de kom ne abufuo be sa ato ti ano
Sinipay.
I'm not worried. Once is the truth. Me na nwena mo di obia should be rest assured. Mona said make an Agyapong. The truth will always set me free.
Sinipay.
We can vote people in and out. Personality is okay. But my dear, what we need to do in this country is to establish a situation where even if it was the devil who should come and sit on top of us in Ghana, by virtue of certain procedures, certain practices, the devil cannot get away with doing whatever he wants. He would necessarily have to do what the people expect of him.
Sinipay. Sinipay.
So what they are doing, some of us will not keep quiet. Some of us will not allow you to destroy this party.
Sinipay.
Betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana.
Sinipay.
Messi, you better Ghana. Whether you like it or not, Ghana, for the youth of this country, I'll put my life on the line. Anything that is wrong in society, I will say it.
Sinipay.
I noticed that when the finance minister came to present his statement, for the first time after the inauguration, the swearing in, the majority side was heavily populated. Mr. Speaker, that notwithstanding, Mr. Speaker, we have witnessed what we can best describe as an Azan budget.
Sinipay.
But snap party mua opese wo no obe use position e de be sabotage obi. It will happen. So long as Nyankopon ma ya hoden na e betimi akasa na e wasa platform we no. This we will say it every day to make sure say selfish individuals the minia omo pese omo ye niema to please their own self.
Sinipay.
Mo bia nada no se eja illegal mining no.
Sinipay.
Maka and mesa reinforce. Se me reinforce say NDC for anomo ye illegal mining at this time.
Sinipay. 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 Sinipay.
Okwaba Ediba, your hottest afternoon political show on Net2 TV. Sinipay. Me sure say bana wa jesu say ye cannot say ye tie pepepe. Unua Albert Asumani ni ene metinam ama minua Mr. Inkum. Ana yedi enkomo ewo Sinipay so. Me tia Ashanti region fo nyina through HFM Central region so eye NAP radio. Yesan amwa kwaba wa ye krado awie ya ye krado papa. Yedi enkomo na ye hwe Ghana mu ensem a ekoso. Be enaka krani ana Yehu said the new Patriotic Party General Secretary, Lawyer Justin from Ponkodua, Ayamia JFK, or de krata bi be pie dwa said the New Patriotic Party omo atonsa their friend Bono regional chairman Kwame Bafo Abronye say on disciplinary committee ebesi na yenim de apie afimu say MPP for so mo twe na sen so mo tunifo so omo hye ne kutupa yenim ne abesi na de yen sinipen abeye yen asemhia ne say New Patriotic Party said Dr. Amache na yedim ko no ka say we ye party a omo ebom ho samrane say enimdifo ne mpanimfo na wo party mu say ye ka the New Patriotic Party a na party mpanimfo adi animu na ye hwe say the New Patriotic Party eye ne neoma ma memfa won hyase emfi thank you to abra thank you to hyase yanka bia nhyem ana ete say Kwame Talebe a obon ho mra ne say efren Abronye oye Bono regional chairman ekotwe honorable Agyapong abo so thank you to imu aye nyina asema edi a kire yanim sem ema honorable Ken put in to his place na o kire ne say party no mema ewom efiri ho kono ye wo regional chairman a party for mpo se uka party asema esi hey ada na uka yenim abra ye maame adwasafo kopie mu ewo one radio station ekoka asem one sentence within 5 minutes ye issue letter man se o messing ko disciplinary committee ye wo regional chairman a ono feel say or you untouchable ana party mpanimfo nso minim say ye suro say ye bo apayo say bi nso na hye na chio ama ye wo party mpanimfo a omhwe party so and then me can say thank you to the leader of the thank you to na Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and penny 40 ho ana Abronye fa microphone we wan kan dem o eki card of person o kan bia o wie ya pe no call Dr. Mahmoud Baumia no ko chia ne nsem na penny 40 ho yeti ya na Abronye akopie Ashanti regional chairman untumi radio so ewo Kumase for 4 solid hours na topic no eye Ken ohene Agyapong esopa no infinity mbesi ne nase obi ankasa obi ankahwe ofi Kumase efie da memene da no osande wo untumi akra esande beto aso enne wakwa akotena social media timi huru honorable Agyapong etwa ntro nyina de to no so ema ne kofa Kencity for yen ya yete ha ise ye kra yete ha ye wo kire na mehwe fresh boy amete ha ya obi a me ho kire me what you say we usia me general manager lawyer Kwaku Amodata o hwe na ehwe ne se obi a na ho kire nana we are proud Kencity workers enso mpanimfo antimi amma Abronye antwe na so anasa anka se hey asema kan wan kan ye enne yesori na de achin ya enne afede Abronye ode ko onyame adifo so yankasa ye papa Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams aye born mra ne se papa sebi mfanifo bu be se aboa kraman se wo umuade ye kra bodega dom yenkodwo nso ngu ho na ponche na ni nso ade ye kra na nya dankwase hene ne kitchen ana abokwa akodidi but yenya Abronye emanasa atiasi mpanifo so a respected men of God like your papa Duncan Williams and then ono anoye topic na ensem all can fan ho no me emfi manum ma me pese me repeat sa ensem no ye nyina obi a uye Kristo ni obi a uji asofo ni obi a ubu mpanimfo de na wo nyame honhom ti mu no when you meet the Archbishop Duncan Williams a nyobre be kire papa yi nyame honhom anase nyame ngosra ewo no so but ye jai sa abrantie ama enne why say we untouchable wa party num na ye nyina ye de ni hwe the New Patriotic Party enne chairman in team yese ne hododo no ontimi entena dwam enye n'adwuma enne general secretary o issue statement no Justin Frimpong Kodia ye hwe ekwan a obefa so a obetriti sa Abronye case na sese de amanfo speculate say eyamo na mo hye n'achi ebi mpo ka say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia kra Abronye ya na ye ne de Se sa speculation ni sa niema nkrofo ka no se sa na tie a Ghana for ye de ani hwem. And let me tell you, se de abronya ahase ne se man stopping no mo a mo hye na chi no se man stopping no a ebedru ma bi no mo bedi mo dokono kwa. Isan se usha a whole regional chairman who can party structures now we the 16 regions are abronya ahead one of the regions a blue region on one kasa onim say the performance through time obedi regional chairman from MPP 11 seats against one for NDC na overturning na NDC kita 11 seats in the blue region na MPP kita 1 and niama pese mo faso ede eye ema abronya musa maintaining no anasa mu use no as we want to use him no eno ne atemdidi a mu che na chi na munkoso na munye na party people eye omo a party ni omo de ya no se saade we mo antimi ansi a no kwan a they will not forgive you. It is becoming clear say abronya de na oye no say if the MPP party mpanifo de bi ntana chi a mumbra abonten na mu asotwe bi asa mu de twe no mu ntwe no because mu ntimi meye social media gimmicks say na abefa social media say abronya ya suspend no abronya ya friend ko disciplinary committee nanso na enne ote ho na empanifo no otwem abo so mo nsa mu tena fie hwe ma abronya ehuru honorable Agyapong edi na tama papa ya mie na no ankasa na ya abronya said ya oye na ya munsumu de esanse sisi eyi kwan no na sa anka ufi a wo se kwan ne tene ene abronya asan de sansem hui akwa koduru Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams so and I am telling you mo beye sa na ebeduru ba bi no some people will not be able to contain that nonsense anymore ebeduru ba bi no people will rise up against him and against those people who are behind him. You can never run the man of God down. That is what you have to know. And you see, Mama man in emancophobia green koemo say afede yes say Christopher no afede omuso na abedu ni aba bedia Christopher atem. The abronya ye no. As a point no, eye ade a esese empanifo etimi dwen ho. No mo calling into order. Na mo de sebi nyansa bi sha abofra ni tirim. Esan se Bible say Jimmy Sembata abofra kuma ho na ntia so aba na be ma na ten. Enti se mo ntumi anhwe no na se party a empanifo di animu na se whole regional chairman is on rampaging and insulting people la. Na se party we mo se engum animu ase na emom eyade eya mo fa. Me disim ha na me ka se empanifo wa MPP mu no mo nsori na mamu mani nduru baabi na abronya nkoye se dua efifiri a yentumi antene no na afei abenyi awie na ebebu akum nipa we eya asemsebe na me ka kire the New Patriotic Party Justice Justin Frimpong Kodua JFK General Secretary una krata na eba abonte na unsa hase ye mpese be hunu se eye se ade bi amode be ye katakata so mumu aso na mum eyade a mode aba abonte na moba aba betwe na so obanyansafo yebu ne be yenka nasem me de aha ana me de besi na yetwa hu taw ye ba me ne ene the guest of the day the big interview no ye de beto aso na ya twetwe enkomo.
Success is determined by every individual's dream and vision. You want to be different from any entrepreneur or businessman, you have to be honest. Integrity is key to success. Success is not determined by the time you went to university or the time you went to school. Success is determined by every individual's dream and vision. We are studying, doing, or reading different disciplines. But that alone will not determine your success in life. Unless, one, you dream big. Two, unless you have goals. Three, unless you have objectives. Four, unless you strategize, you have a strategy. Five, unless you plan your life. And six, the activities, what you engage in. Anybody can have a dream.
Mesai Amwakwaba Ediba Sinipay on the 2 TV so Oman 107.1, Ash 101.1, Nap Radio 90.1. Yenina ya Kambum, your friend Kencity Media Limited, and Eddie Jumedi Ebro. It's also live across all our social media platforms at Net2 TV GH and Yedi Jumedi Ebro. My main count for Palatium Properties and Famau. Palatium Properties here Jumekua Omoton Sase, Omo eye car Android system installations, CCTV, Omo Yebi, Ana Omo Eton and Dying so kahon. Na Palatium Properties, Adia Bakom de Abetuja Nwanwa na Denise. So you be a was sit down akodu baby na usika san. Palatium Properties ene banks bi ewa yonkofa omutimi de ukoho. Na woma obesia ede si udan na ya ma 20 good years na ode atua we umpe we a edian biem na ope. Hwehwe Palatium Properties na no mo eni nkomo na omutumi mo na obibia so a oye no enye kama emfama wo. Me kanfo tabia takum ede amount. Tabia takum eye memedro ye de ewo ne jinsin ni nubra ana afra na de aye we enye dro ye nom enemom ye tafre ebi wotoam ana bi nso ewo sahye mu etoa de no ana se bottle de no oto a ye de si dem edam nso no eso ma ne si empanative esa se eye memadro na de aka no sahye no ebi da oka mu na ebi nso hye obotom ba bi a onam krom wote se memamre wa ye hia memam ma ye mema adwuma no de me kan watemase na wate bi atafre otafre a na fe wa hoden aba udu body no unipadua nyina aye bare eno na oche sampa at that time no una ogina mema nyina na mu ugu ho anim ase a mema ni mu egu ase etu ko na so ho anim nyama ye hia wa na aka sampa uyo bema mu unyo bema usi nsuma ansa na waham Fred Tabia e 0243 686861 0243 686861 na one Tabia ni nkomo ne kotu aduro do sopuom ne fama umpotamfo nyina nso na omunya bi emfa enyom ho aduro afeni adu the big interview no so ene mene Francis Akwa Anan Esquire or a private legal practitioner ana ne yeba abedi nkomo ewo Sinipay so se medi kankan no ahade bibia ekoso wo Ghana ene oman Ghana chichire ene ne yeye enti na ye tenase a na yedi ho nkomo ne yedi nkomo a na eye shaping the nation beyond the limits enti oman nchichire no se de be ya ebeye amana konanim na bibia aye kama enti ne ya to nsa afre lawyer ye ne bedi nkomo lawyer mo akwaba
yeah me
na pom de say
yesu adom
ye de yesu ase ye mo akwaba de ba na 2 TV dwumadie ye fa no Sinipay na omo hwe no magye se ye ka no se de etie enti ba bia team ka Sinipay a na won so wagye so ye ka no se de etie enti se de etie ne no ye ni nkomo lawyer ye nhwe ene oman chichire se de ye topic no ya to ne din say shaping the nation beyond the limit no na ye ka said ye oman nimpuntuo how I bet chire no amanako eno ehefa na wo de ye fa ene e wosa nkomode emu
yo me that say meche ejefo ina ne obi a ohwe me I think that and that topic you know very very unique
yes
unique because it carries two responsibilities. Now, shaping the nation beyond the limit, tries to answer two questions. The soft questions and the hard questions. The soft questions and the hard questions because omane do bia obibia that what kind of identity and ye pese ye de Ghana. Ghana nkasa kra no ye how ne sen. Ena a friend saying measures ben ena ye de aba. Into shaping the nations beyond the limit. The harder part is the beyond the limit. And the softer part, shaping the nation. Shaping the nation, the obianim how we want the country to be governed. But beyond the limit, and then the subjective part. Obiabe to me afa ehun akania opese okan wo ho. Nemom the core of this topic leadership.
Yes.
Because ye na the kind of identity ayepe, ye hu ye problems ayepe. Na see ye the leaders to give us the proper intervention ayewa. We may not have a nation we are expecting. So the core of it, na me person obi aso tie me. Because it carries a subjective nature. I will use the contextual approach and then do a hedging presentation. I will try my best to be as neutral as I can. I will be objective so that at the end of the day, what we are all looking for as a country, we all will have it. And the presentation is so unique, extremely unique. And I find it happy, sir, and me treat the topic, shaping the nation. Now, sir, I will do it at 3 levels. I want you to follow me.
Yes.
I'm obi a oshe me bia so I will treat it under 3 levels. At level 1, I'm coming to identify some common problems on my work. And level 2, I will do an illustrations. That level 2, I will use key performing indexes or indicators. Now maybe I judge some performances. Now 3, I make some application and then some suggestions, and then we end the program today. Now, if we can start, this is my own current political observation that is happening in Ghana. First, expediency is taking over principles in this country. Expediency in the sense that Omani won shishe bi obia pese yehwe se obia be faso. But empempi no yepe kweti kwan nti yempese yedi enhihye ne so.
This is a baby be fan ke be boan na se ya bypass.
Sa pepe. Number 2, me political observation me hu ni say political intolerance and political ideologies are taking over pristine laws in this country. Number 3, me observation is say my share who say some religious leaders do not speak the truth. And why don't they speak the truth? They don't speak the truth because more often than not, it benefits them. Intino yempeni fua ebi omuda nsonsori enim Muslim fo Christopher na ebedu baby no kwaka no omuden because omo akwa enioma bia o kan no kra na they will not benefit. And my last one, which is the most important, which I want you to listen clearly, because we know politics, all aspects. These days, we feel more sympathy, and listen, we feel more sympathy for the guilty person than the victim. The real guilty person, rather now, is the victim and not the perpetrator of the crime. The one who caused it all is an angel. Thank you, but Obia ochino edi na adwe kosi baby say baby ayekoi o ya fom no nsani pani mom now rather becomes the victim. And
lawyer number 4 no yes and sisubi na fe e fatu ase
we
say
currently
ono na wanka wadi bone no
yes
ono mom tv menya
sympathy
ewo manfo no
enim
na de ye di ni bone no mom no
onim mom enna
asotwe no
ese ekone so. And you know, if we want the Ghana we are all looking for, if we are shaping the country we are all looking for, this is the softer part. Into where you made observation, this is the softer part. But the harder part is what I am coming to treat.
Okay.
And so at my level 1, there was one man called Ravi Zacharias. He made a remarkable statement. And I would like to quote. He says that, I have always believed, but more so in recent times, but I don't try to say just to make a point, but truly believe God works with timelines.
Okay.
There's a season, and there's a time, and all kind of things just happen at the appointed time. It doesn't always happen at our own timeline, but his time. There is no place in this world where there seems to be sitting aback in comfort and saying all is well. And goes on to say that it seems uncertainty is the common refrain everywhere. Omambia woni how, omambia woni challenges, but omambia no so ye koye nundu baby a erabia na attitude.
Yes.
Enti se yebehu erabia ne attitude a e wo say yehu omanya ye wo mi baby yedu ye problems. Enti se ye hwe omanya ye wo mi a level 1 na me argue no. Ye sure man ye wo mi a ye wo a lot of infrastructure deficits. Yes, also ye to me are the proper value to our tourism and our tourism infrastructures. Ye wo youth unemployment, which is also another problem. Me family na ma kire bibi. Ye hwe from 1992 abc 2025 ye wo mi a party 2 per NAD o man anim.
Yes.
Enti no obako me friend say omo ye record setters na obako eye the career say ndi kura meka sa ne say ohwa youth unemployment in the country. NDC is the record setters, then MPP is the career.
And which you say
record setters because say ye hwe NDC for youth unemployment one in party the omama in the lowest in our from 2005 to 2025 here may compare you. One woman in the lowest youth unemployment rate of 4.76% in 2023. 4.76% in 2023. They are the same parties who are, they have given us the worst. That is why I call them the record setters.
Okay.
That happened in year 2015. They gave us youth unemployment rate of 14.24%. At the time, and population 29,360,000.
It's 4.76 in a year, Ben.
2015.
There be 4.76 in
the lowest in 2013.
2013.
Yes.
So within the space of 2 years, you know.
Yes.
NSR call.
They gave us the worst.
Okay.
And I call them the record setters. Let's not only be interested in their worst. They are also giving us the lowest. Now, why is MPP a career? MPP a career because they always carry the mess. And it's a OSHA 2016 now. They took it from 10.53%. And we're reducing for 2024, they call as low as 5.41. But this is a problem. So, yema the 14.24 na a year west will give us unemployment rate of 4.1 million
people. Wow.
People, youth, people, youth.
Okay.
That was in 2015. Now MPP to me reduce at about 1.8.
Okay.
1.8 million in 2024. Another problem how mine can say yen for any course agriculture. Agriculture. Agriculture alone employs 60% of the population. It tells you also that if one sector to me employs 60%, now say to me share a honey year, the nation we want to shape, we are looking at a bit to me aboy. Yet there are challenges for why. Ye fair be arable lands. Aya asase a bit to me a day kuwa. Omano ye 20.7%. Yen sase a bit to me a kuwa. 20.7% arable ones. And woho. You sure your health sectors but we need improvement. You sure electricity coverage you try 85%. Yet in 100. Well, estimation mono we sir say omani to me sure you bet me improve it. You your strength. Omani the banu human resources human resources. Your topic we are among one of the best. because 79% of our population are literate. They can read, they can write. Now, Adibako is so interested. They say, so 79%, 71.35%, Ghana ma can read and write. It means that Oman will future.
Yeah.
Oman will future, papa. You bet me a and this is a problem here. LCA Kai who say, one person, because history remembers precedents. So one person can lead us into untold evil, or millions into untold evil. And at the same time, one person can lead the same millions into righteousness and also into prosperity. And therefore, Adibako, there is no bona fide mass movement if it comes to nation development. Or mine, nipa bako, na dwen, enodi enko, enye na ediechi. Intino, na me say, leadership is the core of shaping the nation beyond the limit we are looking for. Now, at level 2, ahano me person was
that's the performance.
Ahano me be illustrations. And illustrations, may babe you see key performance index or indicators. Intino adibiara regular government functions may order any president. Into me be sure the performances of president from 1992 to 2025. Into His Excellency former President J.J. Rawlings, Measure Kufuor, Measure Atamils, measure the first coming of John Mahama, measure akufo-addo, na Masanche, John Mahama the second time. Into me key performance indicators, and the TF was on Kai me say, topic when I am using the contextual approach by hedging my presentation. And they say, I'll be as neutral, present the fact as it is. I will be at no politics, because Omani in idea. And if you want to shape it, which is the softer part, the limit, and then the subjective part. That is why I want to hedge my presentation. Into ATF say any project be want to say media ma president, and then just a president, but classify with the indicators I'm using say a regular government functions. Near Obidi Baba, as successive government ever continue will mean that the government identified a gap. They filled the gap. And now the gap has given us impact. You identify a gap. If we're president, Ghana officially say, identify a gap. Provide a solution to it. Let that gap also have an impact. So that successive government will come and continue. Your government project be a regular one to say road construction. As your population increasing quantity, we expect say you better expand the roads, you better flyover. And this ought to say man president be it means that a regular government function.
I just say no ensure that
exactly what you are saying. And just shaping the nation beyond the limit. So you share to say free exercise books. So what bambi be a free exercise book using the performance index na makano, it will not capture. Because once you are running an education ministry, books na account, it is implied. So abambi so exactly. It is all person there no two no rather it bizarre. And the books eka ho we revamp our collapse science system. It's part of education. It's a regular government function. So Ubema free uniform. Good. You have identified a problem, but successive government and continue, and no one has complained about it. Meaning there is not a headache of Ghanaians. Of already identify earlier ones. So ube increase ABR capitation grant. Ube call different level. Can so ube identify gap. You have come to improve it, and that gap you have identified, you have failed, and it has created impact. It's what we are looking at. It is a Ebano hospital so hospitals do the same thing. Hospital be UC 100, UC 10, a regular government functions because the population is increasing. And a failed projects so to say project be abami de beba. On what is on struggle in implementing it. It be a sada, a failed. one district, one factory, failed. One village, one dam, failed. One village, one district, one warehouse, failed. One planting for food and jobs, failed. One teacher, one laptop, failed. These are projects that even while the government, even they were struggling. And you know, under the performance indexes, it is the various presidents now, but wait to be a question at any time. J.J. Rawlings, fantastic projects. It was the era of J.J. Rawlings in the District Common Fund. District Assembly Common Fund. And since we did this Assembly Common Fund by successive government, so you see the gap no identify so no buy na BBS good. And say we are measuring based upon key performance indexes. J.J. Rawlings the District Common Fund by a the impact and no more continue. J.J. Rawlings the Get Fund by Get Fund still and sound that why they ever ho. J.J. Rawlings not the NADMO and then when you wanna. These are gaps he identified of a gap impact into successive government by will continue. We are shaping the nation beyond the limit. J.J. Rawlings in the free zones at the buy into our credit team. J.J. Rawlings and the ECOWAS identity card. In fact, a chassis from 1976, but the first one were issued 1993 and logistical issues. And it's what by Abia Obaso na Abia Otumelenke Ghana card.
Oka ECOWAS winner na just na ametamorphose abedu and na friend Ghana card.
Exactly, na the friend Ghana card
Rawlings
good. And I will accord him with it. And wow baba now be improve say will link it to tax identification, your social security, national health insurance. Ni na no obi ehun say or how gab and na wa fail it and na I have impact and na abanfufu bi so abe continue until we continue do level senkra na I will not accord you using the key performance index they are regular government functions and then functions are policies are success it may be continue because it fill the gap.
Eti mamema atiefo ntiase say the according to successive governments ni ye ade a government na nkasa efi na adwem hu say ade bi say ye ya ebebo man nti mame chance.
Yes, or how I work ni must solve it and the identification of the gap, filling of the gap ni impact. Me hu so how ni so how we solution amede bani and na waye and na so aba mfa so abanfoforo so aba we hu say no so mfa so and na wa so so abesi sa abri no na make and it say one TB e wa ban bi because of the index. Enti Samuel Mawe na medoma President Rawlings. Na yenhwe John Agyapong Kufo so far is the only president that wait to me coming up or who passes the performance key index with 11 projects. 11. He's the only president. And you know, if you are shaping the nation beyond the limiter, I'm only telling viewers, I am telling delegates who rather vote in NDC and vote MPP that, look, let's shape the country. Look at leaders who will come out with solutions. At the end of the day, those solutions will pass the test. Key performance indexes here, I made it way. Agyapong Kufo gave us the mutual health insurance scheme, which now is the national health insurance. He brought the national ambulance service. Say onumpo ba so na one car numpo no ambulance aka one abanfoforo ehun the need abe increase else toaso. He brought the free maternal health care for pregnant women and also one reducing those deaths.
Yes.
He also brought the capitation grant for schools. And he said Kufo ehun problem no the aban bi be so increase here I will not accord him.
Yes.
He brought the school feeding program. Metro mass transport Kufo also the first president or qualify Ghana to the World Cup.
2006.
Yes, 2006 to the course second round. Kufo also the first president ultimately hosting African Cup of Nations 2008 solely by this country.
Yes.
Kufo also na otumi cocoa mass spraying or the buy or maimu. Kufo also na ode computerized school selection and placement system, which is still there. Kufosu and they see defense at the buy from Keta in 2001. And these are such unique policies by we can say that the man was trying to shape this nation beyond the limit we are looking for. And all these projects, the JJ Rollins,
after Kokoma spray, you know, which one did you mention?
Computerized school selection placement system. Fantastic. There's only the rich man and a bit to Miyako school, and then their computer. Oh, pass it, what pass it, unya school na wenya. It's because there was that problem.
See, at that time, no nana. Obawie JSS now in nam secondary schools ko hwese ni din bo ho a okay eno na school akese no ohia ni ba ntimi nko bi da
Atamos so ba no ono so ye ne ho ade Atamos introduce ni efe no atoabo gas plant edimoman because na Ghana depend on the West African gas pipe that problem be ba ho bia no problem be ba West African gas pipe in Ghana electricity. And then he saw the gap, he filled the gap, and had an impact. To the extent that now, even the NDC, current NDC government, wants to have a phase 2 of the project. And once Atamos started, whether you increase it to 1, you increase it to 2, somebody saw the gap, he filled the gap, and it has become an impact on a successful government. And regular government functions. Because Ghana Aban bi say enyoma oman no betumi aye without you no can so be the same thing. Atamos so time na salary structures here problem. He brought the single spine salary structure and there's a strike in Pobako so a reduce kakra.
But na me checks say single spine policy was drafted under President before Atamos be implemented here. Was that not the case?
We were called Atamos.
Because on no better be juma.
Or no or they buy. Whether you start the one who also saw the need. Because they say me you see key performance indexes.
Okay.
And your regular government function. So but policies are o de beba wa fele gap bibi na yenya hu impact. Who identify wa fele wenya hu impact.
Okay.
Okay. And who asem na ye kan wa ha. Eye Atamos so and obe linking up internal revenue service. Or some linking up customer exercise preventive service, any other revenue agency, exact Obeka Wombom, and the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA. Fantastic and unique. And you know, if we are shaping the nation, we should look at identifying leaders who identify a problem, fill the problem, and it becomes an impact. A successive government can follow.
Because I'm saying, who said na, I said, functions to be overlapped.
Thank you.
VAT or VAT. Now put your tax for internal revenue service.
Thank you.
When you ma ba portal or custom for her. Into say udo mu nyina bomu a. Ebe ma casta Ghana for ankasa ho be one stop shop.
Perfect.
Betimi anya ukoba bia otimi adwuma ni nyina.
Perfect. Yeah. Now, after Atamos came John Mahama. John Mahama's first coming. Say me you see the same key performance indexes are. I am not saying say one year. I'm using key performance indexes into regular government functions BNU because on also buy or your free SHS or increasing capitation grant or a Ghana card or your expansion by but because a big president be ni vision gaba or identify ube twaso na increasing the same cramp na will not accord you. So it is challenging to find any such policy at its first coming.
So say can say governance is a continuous process no. So oba ya lay foundation there that na systems na in place na say onso oba na twaso na wo yes adwuma na untumi claim say
exactly into the key performance index ne say all regular government functions enka successive programs are overtoy who increase even if you better it, that is what Ghanaians are looking for. Shaping the nation beyond the limit. I will not accord you. Now yanko akufo-addo so
say from what you are saying John Mahama one no
using the key performance indexes na media bano or ye nyoma bebre but enyoma no ye ni ye nyoma obi media ba or improve it or increase it or expand it.
Okay.
And because of that I will not according so, and I couldn't find anything in the first
on the same KPIs, I can comfortably say John Mahama first coming
me nya bibi FM
don't say or be identify any gap be and or the solution be
yes okay. As successive government so ever continue okay. Because I've already told you say regular government functions say usi school dying yes he brought e blocks right e-blocks but a regular government functions because our population is increasing. We will need more schools. Yeah. We will need more classroom blocks. A University of Health and Allied Sciences. Listen, this university programs are not more programs are the existing universities no offer and you could have chosen to expand the schools.
University of Ghana and as a KNUST.
Exactly. Yeah. You could have chosen to expand the schools. And it said, oh yeah, and it's a man for Honam Farm.
Yeah, because UDS so Jerry John Rollins and Betty, but okay, Canadian.
But that's another one a man fan can sorry. What JJ Rollins brought a very fantastic the polytechnic concept. And to me, successive government improve one and technical universities. So that one to remember JJ Rollins. What in and you know, using that performance indexes, no, and your money be obi no, and uniqueness of a program.
Yeah.
Enti near ebia o de buy successive government continue. A President akufo-addo.
Yeah.
Akufo-addo brought the free SHS. That one obianim.
Yeah.
And it is oba and the current government.
Yeah.
Or say oba modify no we improve it. We are shaping the nation beyond the limits. Near JJ Rollins here and other ones also be continue. We are shaping the nation beyond limit. Akufo-addo also brought the medical drone delivery system that is fried to save lives. So okay,
yes.
It's also a fantastic program and also costly.
Yes.
And also added the mobile money interoperability.
Yeah.
Okay, a gap because you are buying the mobile money they buy. Yeah. But the government saw the gap. So look, why don't I do mobile money interoperability? And using the key performance index, no, it doesn't form part of regular government functions.
Yeah.
But or they buy no, you continue. Many in 11 year film now so still interoperability na then also. Akufo-addo government, you know, the digitization of the medical records and networking of hospitals. Very fantastic and unique. Sometimes we call hospitals for that.
Yes.
You know, for the Fiberman is man, because me film. Now you for Makolebu wider, but then networking in it's a gap they identify, they fill the gap. The gap has an impact. Successive government will follow.
Yeah.
Then they also brought the digitization of revenue collection by Ghana Revenue Authority.
Yeah.
It will continue. Then they also brought the NHIS digitization and membership via mobile phone. Unique.
Yeah.
So using the key performance indexes, weight and a passage, this 6. Yeah. Now, Yansha Mohammed's second coming. Mohammed's second coming, there are promises, but policies need to or more implemented, and he had been so smart to identify that look, he is shaping the nation beyond the limit. And you know what? Our NHIS now could afford the buy on also be improving. This time he is coming out with the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. What is the Ghana Medical Trust Fund? Yeah, your non-communicable diseases are NHIS uncover. And the second coming on or expand it, or expand the NHIS. So, expand the NHIS and can we mean for
KPI
and capture. Me that's what I say.
Yeah.
KPI no and capture.
Yeah.
And this time he has matured to say that I am also bringing a medical trust fund.
Yes.
Now and capture other areas. And such project I can tell you, successive government will come and continue.
And no name Mahama case nana.
And one of most friend Mahama case no.
Okay.
But the name in Ghana Medical Trust Fund.
Okay.
Another one and also what future and also made better no fee stress free policy. So first year university student will not pay tuition fee.
Yeah.
In fact, omo implement it. So omo shase na se ko year to say obi nso abehye free SHS asia omo be increase na omo modify no. And the second coming already, me who tupe and amediamano. So far, it's President Kufuor who have given us 11.
Yes.
Followed by JJ Rawlings.
Yes.
And therefore, what I want to say, OBOTM should understand this. We are just one person away to make the necessary changes. Just one person. Because if you are shaping the nation beyond the limit we want, we are just left with one person away. Because all evidence is HSA. The era of career politicians are gone, and it ends with Mahama. And let me give you some of the evidences.
Okay.
Those days, Enka President Bibe Kono, Yebehun is successor.
Yeah.
This time it is difficult to identify after him who is coming, even though they may know, but we don't know.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
MPP, the struggle MPP is going through, because it is telling you that we are just one person away to make the needed change we are looking for.
Okay.
Hence, shaping the nation beyond the limits. And as I said, you see the hedging presentation.
Yes.
I'm trying to be neutral. I will take you from there to my last level, which is the application.
Yes.
The application having a mesre say ETF won't tell me the American it go for NDC, it go for MPP.
Okay.
They should measure the kind of leaders with the measures and the KPIs Amaka Ewaha. And they say, I don't know how. What would tell me? You yearn for a change in Ghana, or how Ghana is to be identified. If what is say media, then you should agree with a man called Lin Kuan Yew. Singapore, Ghana used to be better than Singapore. Lin Kuan Yew said, no country has attained success through a magical formula. No country, no magical formula.
And the same could be apply.
Thank you. And you continue to say that it takes hard work, tenacity, and resilience. Into Obibia, or your career politician, right from university, and Obenya deputy minister, Obenya ministerial positions, and an ordinary name, or the Faha. All those people are career politicians.
So, political appointment to other.
This is the time we must allow other areas. So we must allow other practitioners. I am a teacher. I'm now a practitioner. And the differences are wide. And you know, let's look for a country. If we want to shape it beyond the limits, we should look for leaders that Niamika suggestions. Say a delegate, both NDC, MPP, Omube Electoral presidential candidates because Maka said it takes one person to lead millions into evil, and it takes one person to lead millions into righteousness. And they say they should look for somebody who is honest and has the integrity.
Okay.
If you are looking for somebody who is honest and has integrity, you are looking for somebody who has basic principles.
Okay.
Basic principles and convictions. A leader who can show you and admit responsibility when he goes wrong and not shifting blame.
Yeah.
Look out for that. 2, they should look out for a decision maker.
Okay.
If you are looking for a decision maker, you look out for somebody who makes the right decision at the right time. They should also look out for a man with a vision and purpose. A man with vision and purpose. Both NDC and MPP. Because we are shaping the nation beyond limits. And we want these leaders to identify a unique gap, fill the gap, and have an impact. Successive government, some accolade to her, they should look out for a man with a vision and a purpose.
Yes.
When you talk about that, you are talking about somebody who is able to express his intent and vision. And you know, Obi Ekanasem say, the nation before self. Yet, we debate NDC, any MPP leadership. We should look out for somebody who always will say that nation before self.
Just simply put, Ghana first.
You are
talking about any other leader. But since you are talking about for both NDC,
yes,
and
somebody who can always say Ghana first,
yes,
or nation before self. Yensha Nipa Biswa, he's able to inspire others. He's not able to just convince people. He inspires others to follow him. Not the reverse, not the push. And both NDC and MPP should also look at that. And then we should also look at a person with a practical wisdom. Practical wisdom.
Lawyer, from production, they think say Sadia way as I say Osama part 2. Because we the rare at the end of the call, we can't exhaust all of them. I'm putting it to you. This one you are the other side, and I'm putting it to you. So we have to find time either tomorrow or Wednesday to give us a part 2 of it, so that we can exhaust it fully. Because you see, I know third level, no, yes. The application.
Yes.
Now, you need just say, honesty and integrity, basic principles and conviction, will be a decision maker, man with vision and purpose, nation before self, and someone who inspires all those things, you know, kebesenka obey exhausting a mind, so that it will shape the thinking of the delegates now who address on both MPP and NDC, you know, so that picture no be clear.
But that's it. And the side I'm for last one in Kankana maybe
okay,
but both NDC and MPP no say ye na pe omanya ye na ye hwehwe beyond the limit. Who said Mama JJ Rollins using key performance indexes and nyoma waye ya bonabaso Mama Kufobi Kufon LED atamos ebeyebi Mahama so abeyebi akufo-addo so ayebi na si ye hwa omon hwe nipa obe running na bank to say a private enterprise.
Okay.
Because the level of corruption e money no a dozen.
It is a said interest in Ghana. Said the private man e interest on the company mu and as an enterprise mu on ma bibia enko just like that no. Uhia obi obey mampani a obema nani edi especially waste any sane manachi. One managing as private business.
Because me sure say etie for 8 year.
Yeah.
Committee report be aba. Afibia yetibi.
Yes.
Oti sika pudro che say yes sen wo man mu a. So na metie your friend saying current minister the presidential Felix Ofosu-Kwakye,
presidential
spokesperson. Yeah. Say osi a friend saying some cheap compound and the record actually say within the year osi or no yes over 1,000 people and a basic health
yeah.
Sasika we obi betumi afa one individual befa dia che kotokum you have denied
thousands of people health care.
However we mono regular government functions
yeah.
So therefore we should find the gap, fill the gap, and let the gap create impact. Successive government will follow.
Yeah.
May you see the contextual approach to justify the claim. May you see hedging. Hedging is I have been possible neutral as possible and very, very objective. And kakra me to me I can say availability of time which I am available.
Yes.
I can come and we can take on this topic again.
Yes. Lawyer Francis Akwa Anam Nindi Nkomo Ewo Sinipe so they say ababi adun dey me cross it over straight to phone lines no na me announce phone lines no 0240550899 0240550899 na also betimi afre na wachre wadwen odwumadi no so ye a Sabatel she's back on duty na afi onfa messages ni so a aka no embre ene production ese ya extend your time no kakra enti yen hye nso se ye beko yanim kakra. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Sini pain
Can you send me here?
Bacha odi ni be afrefi ene your time no ye treated that time ti.
You can hear. I'm with my central.
Bacha yenti o.
You mo bolu ko you are. No ni pe mi to make can be pon. Support yourself can communicate when you don't have a friend. What you look very key. I can any platform no buy. What you video no, what I really know how comment. What you hear in the media, traditional media saying, just came on can be for Basi. Get people, came on Mabino can be cooked. ike ba ti anko business ike kene ba pa o wa le ke iba yin ma si ku ma ye kuni that's all
nakai no Oyuado nyuma jogbo 0240550899. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinupeng.
Hello.
Sinupeng.
Ya kan sanati.
Me pa cho odi ni ba bia frefi na ma wanu aben phone kakra me.
Aba, me ka sa frame buko.
Okay, yentie o.
Aba ja mi kakra, mi akra mi.
Wie mo ga.
No mi peji. Wawo ya ka. Ni bi ni wona olupa mi yo we. I'm sitting back here. Me atari na go olupa fe. Ataki am fe na ga take to step. Ataki am fe. Dani FPT aba ni. Because olupa mi yo we. I'm tell me ke boko aba. Ni mo na me ke ba. Dey o ni. So afi ni pe chale. Ni ka ayemoko mi ana ka ayemoko be. Dey ni o ka boko ko aba. Ni nyefe nye ba fi eto. Ni nye shishi pon bi ebo. Ni ti pon bi em ni shi pon bi ebo to. Nyele te ni ta we.
Oyuado. Numo Oyuado. And then me first two callers see we be am dem afa no. They say, hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Sinupeng. Wacha odi ni ba bia frefi.
Hello.
Udi ni ba bia frefi na enkasa.
My name is Emefa. I'm calling from Latebiokoshi.
Emefa, are you also speaking Ga?
No, I'll speak English.
Okay, you can go on.
Hi, good afternoon.
Emefa, I'm listening to you.
Hi, I'm Emefa, calling from Latebiokoshi. Yes, I'm Emefa, calling from Latebiokoshi.
Okay, Emefa, carry on. Please don't listen to the TV. Just concentrate on the phone. I beg you. Me pacho ofra TV ni be delay u kakra ntino tie me phone so na ye ni nkomo. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, my main cross over to Sabatel na yamfa another messages ni bi na fe. Yes, okay, my main call phone so na fe membra. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sinupeng.
Sorry. You can't stand here, Jamie. Sorry.
But you didn't be Afrefi.
I'm Prince from Pony because I'm from Amsterdam.
Okay, Amsterdam. Yes, Okwa wapa yenti unafe young coffee messages ni.
Oh, I'm only you my pa, mama, Yamisha, what are they?
Amen. Yeah, that's it.
A crowd me person me catch Muse. I did be I see the abroad. I don't know how we win just in could be from Pong. Intimi Bissau. Saturday abroad ye say a boa copy, a boa papu, and there's also been partner big now for class here. Cassandra Yenny the Abeno. A woman say, Patino. Patino say, and I just in could be from Pong, and they say, name me as a different point, say, guy with different Pong. I am young. I garden and say, Patino, where Albert. If you know, your positions are mom to my younger person be muta. Okay, maybe suggest could you have from Ponce and no one will see. I know they know nothing because you were younger people are almost so diligent. The point of correction. No. That's the point of correction. Please. But all the mammy statement. Me person will for record every idea funny say I do buy him cancel. Yeah. Say position not just could be from Paul you know. One another young at suggesting could be from Paul. Come on me. Oh, can call me. Don't what you came in ama on your penny be brave. Don't what is further than the caveat. Okay. What the best out to us and come away so. My men call me and read the messages kakra. Sabato.
Bibi aboko there.
Bibi aboko.
See the pay for me just on my feel pa.
I'm a home messages. I uncle be some mama.
It's in the lunch when I.
Okay, with the YouTube messages and I shall say, it is my pleasure to see you back again. Your mommy Winnie Champion say good afternoon, Albert and granddaughter Akusia. How was your weekend? Hope all went well by God's grace. We thank God for another day and week. Greetings to Mr. Inkum wherever he is. Keep up the good work. Aduminta say good morning, my brother. Ponsacha say good afternoon. I'm Kobe watching you live from Kwabenya. May the Lord protect Honorable Ken. I'm connected. A champion Kwame say good afternoon, Mr. Albert. You guys were late here. All the same, NPP should have confidence and faith in Honorable Kennedy Agyapong because he can rescue NPP from JDM. Watching you live from the Akufo-Addo. Nanama say greetings from the Garden State, New Jersey. Honorable Ken's second home, and also the way by BL Studio say I'm connected to Kwame Echampon say Mr. Albert, I'm watching you with Friends of Kencity Association. Let us support Honorable Kennedy Kwame Agyapong because he's our savior. No Ken, no vote. Masinu Payne watching you live from the Akufo-Addo. Robertson Darko say I'm already connected. Kobla say Nanado's NPP there it ain't been so and on the way by Nanama say highly connected Wi-Fi no connected pa. Nanama no say Ken Honorable Ken all the way. Albert Ofori say we are for Ken. Richard Odum say Honorable Ken is still coming 2028 for sure. And on the way by Kobla say I want Ken to be the leader, but when those people who have hijacked the party support him, and your question, and Obisa, I'm part from back office. The journey has just begun. Let's move together, stronger and more united than ever. Youth empowerment. Hashtag Ken 2028. Hashtag get connected with the Ghana First agenda. Love and 100%. Echampon Kwame now say good afternoon, Mr. Albert. Dr. Baumia is NPP weakest presidential candidate since 1992. We need Honorable Kennedy Agyapong to rescue NPP from that shameful defeat from Dr. Baumia. Watching you live from the JCC where we are as a party and as a nation, we only need His Excellency Ken Agyapong to change the destiny of this country, not a paper economist like Baulaya, aka Mr. Paulugu Dam. How much is a salary of VP? And also so Eddie and no. And Nanama say I'm connected and also so Ewa has saying. Okay, Clarissa Williams say get connected or we are connected. Sabina Ako say Kencity Media, you people are good in terms of asking questions. I'm fully connected. Kobla say brilliant host into with the Mr. Sumanuwe Wodia. Joseph Ofori say yes no Ken no vote to Tom. Good day, Mr. Albert. Comfort say I am also connected from Toronto. Bula say good evening to TV family. My greetings to Honorable Ken Agyapong. Please, Obisama Semaba. Mali say family members, NPP. I am connected. Come and get connected too. And also so Ewa has said Dobet Adai say I'm watching you from Gomua or say NPP our last hope is Honorable Ken.
Sabata family call WhatsApp never me 2 or nafi me for 2 calls nafi yemfa. Okay. Your time no your ability and okay. My WhatsApp 2 messages nafi yanko phone so. Okay, we say good afternoon Sinupin. I am connected and it's Ken all the way. All other aspirants only want to advertise themselves for position in Ken's government in 2029, and no mortal man born of a woman can take that from Ken. Once again, no Ken, no vote. Bam. We are wafa Lord asokore kuforidia na di message we buy. Into me for last one. We say good day, Sinupin and Team Ken. Our political tradition can never
Our political tradition can never be altered to favor a candidate whose defeat in general election across the country has become a taboo, even to talk about having marketed himself for over 16 years compared to previous flag bearers of our party. Our opponent, in quotes, the NDC, is afraid of NPP led by, in quotes, the lion, which is Honorable Ken, than an NPP led by the, in quotes, the sheep, which is Dr. Baumia and co. A vote for Ken is a vote to the presidency. Hashtag, I choose Ken, I vote Ken. OBK Pokwasi.
Okay, Samantha, medase pa, nyame nka ho, nyame adoma ochina, besan ahia now the messages no abrain. Mame lawyer, just under 1 minute, near wrap it up. Na yensan nim komo backstage. It's the lawyer. KPI is here, the man watch from Jerry John Rollins, John Kufuor, John Evans Atamils, John Mahama, akufo-addo, and back to John Mahama. What boss and men in our swammer? Nina President Kufuor lead with 11. Samuel Maynano, a dear Anna O'Shess a Ghana for the other man need relevance to the Ghanaian, the ordinary Ghanaian, they say.
And they say, yes, she share on mine. Need identity problems. You be a solution. Now leadership. Ebe to me identify gap, affiliate gap, any impact. Ebe must successive government. A continuous a project. Hence the beyond the limit. Shaping the nation beyond the limit requires say consider both NDC and PPA per leadership. They should look out for a leader who will not make Ghanaian feel more sympathetic towards the perpetrator than the victim, because the era of political careers are ended. From the evidences are AC. We can have so many evidences from outside: Clinton, Obama, Bush, all of them, Obama, even Trump. They had their own background. And you know, if we truly want the Ghana we want beyond the limit, we should look out for our leader, and let's pray for the current regime. So, to me identify gaps, affiliate gaps, and impact. People can also continue.
Lawyer Francis Akwa Anan, Anna Yeneno Edin Komo Ewas in the pain. So, and then my first that Emma production crew headed by Kweku Amodate Esquire. And me first that ma Ejando Justice. And obi a boy production in radio so ima boy with the sound ne Barnabas Munina Bente Sabatel. Abu Karim Elikem and Babanso background Ejumama pa Dr. Moses Okai and also director of radio Edema Oman FM. Me am mitina mu dwumadi me den de Albert Asmani aseda komo bibia sa do afidie to na 2 Oman FM Ash FM na radio na utie sinu pen nyame adoma ochena ye besa ahia na ye de sinu pen asabra obiem yakram.